I feel like it's been a month, but it's only been like 2 weeks, right? So
It feels like a month.
it does.
That's correct.
It feels like it's been a really long time. I guess because we're not
It's
having...
only been like 1 in-game day, 2 in-game days.
I know. And I think it's because we don't have Sunday game anymore, so it's just... It's like it's too long without D&D for me. Don't laugh at me. So, last session, you were still at the, fuck, brain work. 1 second.
Severius Council.
Severius Council, thank you. Thank you. And, we're trying to decide exactly what your next steps were. And if you wanted to go to either Lost Felgrand or to the Archipelago first. You decided on the Archipelago, and they were able to assist you in whatever it is that you needed, and introduced you kind of to a ship captain that they could trust to take you quickly over to Obrivail. Now, ship captain, kind of a dick, but so far you're safe-ish. Even though you were attacked by some playful water elemental spirits things on your way out. But before that, you met Salor, who was apparently the missing seventh.
Meow.
And was the recipient of Zane's gift that he had left for you. You have a lure. It did turn into a lure. I can't hear you. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Is I was going to be a jackass and say it was a fish, but then the fish made me think of a lure, which made me actually get the correct thing.
Wow.
I'm proud of
Who would
you.
have thought?
But you got there. So you're still on a boat, on your way to Obrivail. Now, is there anything that I will say, just for speed of travel, that Gadon had put you all back to work after the ship righted itself, and it seemed that the creatures had decided to leave you all alone. There's still, I believe, like a shark circling around for another few minutes, from what I remember, if that's correct. But you all have quite a few more hours before you reach shore. Now, I know you probably are fishing some more. Everybody else is being put to work. I believe Eoway was finally going to be able to have his meal. And I don't remember her name because I didn't write it out. If I did, it's in a journal and I don't know where that journal is.
Well, I feel worse when fighting, doing this than fighting monsters.
Yep. Enter. So, as the water begins to drain and the lone mage, elemental mage of the ship is down below trying to remove all of the water, and what would you all like to be doing? Is there anything y'all want to accomplish as you make your way to Obrivail?
I'll go and try and find Sully
Mm-hmm.
whenever like our breaks align.
Okay. I believe she was in charge of the cleaning crew.
Yeah, I was doing the outside rails, I think, and
Yeah.
then the kitchen, and then the fight started.
That's right. So her name is now, we're just gonna call her Alyssa. So she ends up falling asleep watching you move something else 3 feet to the left. So you are free to go try and find Sully if you wish. What were you saying? Nice.
Just that I am no longer in parrot form, as I was discovered during the battle. So I am hiding, so as to avoid manual labor.
Yeah, you kind of talked your way out of that. Or paying a fee for an extra person.
You're literally not real, so
It's true. It's true. It's true.
can't really do much about that.
So you would find Soli probably taking a break up at the top as the kitchen had been washed from
Yeah.
kind of being dunked a couple of times. And until the mage is done, there's really not much cleaning to be done.
I'm gonna take a breather. I was
Okay.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to the side of the ship where Solia is, just looking out at the waves. I just approach, and like, we haven't really got to talk that much.
We actually haven't. Yeah. How you
Have you
been?
been put to work too?
Yeah. Are you okay with all those teeth? I don't know, like, it always worries me about those teeth possessing me. And stuff.
I don't know why everyone's so worried about the teeth. I think they're fine.
I hope you're right. I don't know.
They're pretty beautiful too, what you say.
I think that they look nice. A very interesting hobby.
Anyway, I have a gift for you,
Oh, wait, what is it? I'm gonna
and
see.
I will pull out a leather case. It is about yay big, and it has a tiny little ribbon on it,
Oh wow.
and I'll just hand it over.
Thank you. What's the occasion?
Oh, just something I was
Oh.
been making for a while. Feels like months. Looks back in real life.
Yeah, no, it has been months.
Oh, well, thank you. I wasn't expecting a gift. I'm gonna
It
open
is
it. See what's inside.
when you look inside, it
Yeah.
is a wand case,
Oh,
and
wow.
inside is a stone wand,
That's
and with runes engraved into it.
can I read the runes? Am I able to read runes? I
Uh,
didn't even.
Those are Vareki runes.
Oh,
I thought that since we both use fire in certain
We do.
ways,
yes.
that this could help you.
I'm gonna try it. See what it. So I'm gonna get the one. See if I can.
And that's how the ship sank.
Yeah.
Nothing can
I-
go wrong on a wooden ship.
So I'm gonna try it because I've never had a wand. I just have the rod, which is kind of not heavy, but it can be annoying at times. So I'm gonna do not a fireball. That would be way too bad, or a fireball. I'm gonna do a scorching rain and see what happens.
So this wand uses a bonus action to use. And I can't add it to your inventory, but it is called Wand of the Dragon Mark. It's in D&D Beyond.
That is really cool.
And wherever you cast your Scorching Ray,
Yeah.
a small little rune appears, just blazing into wherever target you have.
That is awesome. That is really cool. Where did you find it? Did you have it all this time, or
Oh,
Did you-
no, I've been working on it for a few months.
it's incredible. It's really good craftsmanship. I didn't know you can make ones.
I don't know if there's a good target.
I don't think there is.
Nice. Do you feel pain?
Oh, I don't know about.
Um,
That sounds like a very bad idea.
I mean, it won't do. If you're trying to gather scientific data, it won't do what it does to other things that it'll do to me. It'll just send me back to the pendant.
That's true.
But if you would like me for target practice, I'm a team player.
I don't know. I don't know about throwing fire at a friend. Like, it's a bit too much.
You tried to throw a rock.
Okay, I'll just blow it up with fire.
I'll go and try to find like a pebble or something.
Yeah. All right.
If there's any scrap wood or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need you to roll stealth because you're gonna try and sneak past a sleeping Alyssa down below to get some of the scrap pallets.
21.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So you walk down to the belly of the ship and you grab like one of these scrap pallets that you've moved around at least half a dozen times now. You take a few steps and you hear the board squeaking because everything is still so wet. And you look over and she's fucking out. She doesn't hear shit. So you're able to bring the pallet up to the deck.
And I'll to help out, I'll cast a minor illusion and just like create the sound of the waves just more pronounced and more like calming for,
Nice.
I presume, a sailor like herself.
Yeah. Very cool.
I'm just gonna throw these things like first base.
Oh yeah, perfect. I like that.
Okay, so I have a question about the wand. It says you can use a bonus action to cast the rune of the dragon mark spell from it. But it doesn't
Yes.
link to the spell.
It doesn't.
Oh wait, no, I see it.
It's basically a reflavored hunter's mark.
That is amazing.
Oh.
That is so cool.
So, you
So it
choose-
does.
I see. Until the spell ends, you can deal an
So when
extra
you do
1d6.
a fire-based spell
Yeah.
against that creature, it'll take another d6 of fire damage, and you'll know where it is for a minute.
That is so cool.
Okay, so we're doing what's it called when they shoot the clays out? Clay shooting?
Oh yeah, what's that called?
There's like a
Uh,
fancy word for it.
Target. Yeah, target something. Shot target, something like that.
Yeah. So we're doing thrown pallet target practice. Okay, so yeah, clay pigeon shooting.
No, skeet shooting.
Skeet. Yeah,
There
thank
it
you.
Skeet, skeet.
Skeet. Okay, so you toss the pallet. Soli, I need you to roll to hit.
This is the D20, right?
Well, it's
It's your spell.
yeah.
Oh.
So what did
Whatever
you say you
spell
were
you're
casting?
using.
Fire,
Scorching Ray.
scorching ray. Yeah. So roll to hit with the
Yeah.
scorching ray.
Whoa, 24.
Wow. Okay, so you use this wand, you bonus action the dragon mark, and your scorching ray smacks into this pallet. Fire erupts, and it just rains down cinders. It's like the pallet doesn't even exist anymore.
And all minor illusion, the sound of light applause.
You know, I never really got to test it before. That was a lot more powerful than I thought.
It is very powerful. Thank you so much, Silas. I will never forget this. This is incredible.
Oh, also in that case, I noticed there's more room for more wands if you ever
Oh, wow.
collect any more.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is really cool. I never expected a gift this awesome before. Like a wand. Like I just had this big phoenix rod all my life. So thank you. It's really cool.
I'll give you a little hug.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Side is back. I'm like, this is also can be very dangerous because this means I can cast fire very easily now. With a lighter wand. Even more fun.
Yes.
And not the fire, yeah.
More fire. Yay.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? It's going to be great. So as y'all are chatting, Dorus, is there anything that you want to do for the remainder of the journey?
I think if the chance came up, he might try and question Salur about a couple things. I don't know, like try and pry into his past a little bit.
Okay. So Salor is fishing on the deck, as that is his job right now.
Doris is probably like waxing or something, the railing.
He's trying to
He,
figure out his
like, wanders
computer.
over
It's
there.
running really hot.
Oh yeah, I have Tailspire up. It works now, but it's killing my laptop. It's like screaming.
Interesting.
If it helps her performance when I changed the resolution of Tailspire to windowed mode, that helped.
I have mine.
Yeah, I cranked mine way down too. It's like
Yeah, me too.
No,
I have it on the
1500 by 900 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, my fans are like 100% full blast, nonstop.
But you can close Tailspire until later. Okay, so that conversation will eventually happen. I'm assuming. Dorus wants to talk to
Exploding
Salor.
fireworks.
Yeah. He's just opening the side of it. He's giving it some more air. Yeah, it's still running hot.
Pour water on it. What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's called liquid cooling.
Yeah, I'm already doing that. The problem is, it was running at 84 degrees Celsius, which is fucking
Damn.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, it's really warm. I've never seen it run that hot, and it doesn't even. It's my CPU's not even like consuming that much power, so it's not even running all the way, and it's still running that warm. My GPU's fine. It's just
guess.
weird.
Good thing it's cold outside. You have a heater.
Yeah, I noticed the other day. I'm wondering if this is what I was telling you about, Austin, with the water coolers, with pumps failing. Like, I'm wondering if there's something going on where it's just not circulating the water enough anymore. Anyway, yeah, that's fine. We can have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, Doris is like waxing the railing and nonchalantly waxes over towards Solar. And he's like, "Hi, so have you caught anything recently?"
I don't know. Have I? Should I roll for it? I'm gonna roll for it. I want to roll for
Yeah,
it.
roll for it.
I'm gonna roll for it. I'll let you know if I've caught anything. We'll do nature.
Two
Survival,
sardines.
not survival. Yeah, so 15 plus 8. So yes. Yes, I've got a nice little basket of fish sitting there. Yep, I've got a
Yes, I see
few
this.
sitting right here, right behind me in my basket.
They're very, very good. That will come in handy. I'm sure the captain will appreciate.
Well, we're certainly not going to starve, that's for sure. How you doing, man?
You're much more useful than I am, and he like uses his elbow to shine the thing up a little harder.
I mean, I guess worst case scenario, if people got really hot, you could get some water and kind of blow them off. I don't know. That sounds bad. Never mind.
I'm sure if the rest of the crew would approve of this, but we'll
I mean,
keep in mind.
It'd be like a crazy shower, you know, if it gets hot enough. How much water can you store in that thing anyway?
Is he talking about my trunk?
Yeah.
I thought he thought I had a humpback or something. I don't know.
Like a camel or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a bit. It comes in handy sometimes, but I do not prefer to spend much time around the water. Only on this adventure we have been around it quite a bit.
Yeah, I get that.
Have you been an adventurer for a long time?
I wouldn't say for a super long time, but you know, I've certainly had my own path, I guess. Nemu and I always share that in common with our connection to spirit stuff, spirit things.
Do you feel as though Nemu guided you to us?
Oh, for sure. I think he knew that, you know, I'd find somewhat of a home here. And also,
Perhaps
you
he
know,
was.
we're not
Perhaps
far from
Nemu
him
was
anyway.
wiser than we all give him credit for.
Well, certainly ambitious. And then I'll kind of wince after saying that.
Yeah, Dorso like chuckle as well, and he could certainly play a mean string wooden instrument. I don't know what it is.
Ah, yes, his dulcimer. He told me about that thing. Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely not gifted in the musical form. The only thing catching fish and, I don't know, dealing with spirits, I suppose, as well. Although his and I's abilities differ quite a bit.
We have spent several times visiting the shadow realms, both in our dreams and otherwise. So this skill of yours may come in handy.
Yeah, mine more directly deals with the dead and their souls. It's a little more direct, I would say.
What was it? Is it called the Shallows, or what did we call it?
Yeah.
Where the Shallows? I'll say the word Shallows in conversation, just kind of casually too, and see if he knows or talks about it anymore. We're like, well, just like the same sentence I just said, but I didn't say Shallows, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure really on how my abilities interact with the Shallows. I think, you know, I only recently just kind of found out what Nemu told me about. Why can't I never think of that dude's name?
Carlos.
DeCarlos. Jesus Christ. I only recently found out about DeCarlos and Nemu's family and, you know, what's going on there, so I'm kind of haven't really pondered how my abilities interact with it, to be honest with you. I haven't had really a lot of time. And plus, I'm not really the research type. I'm not the bookworm that Nemu was.
I understand this. This keeps people like me in business when I have to do it myself, you know?
I agree. Just like my fishing. Keeps me in business, I suppose, as well.
Yes, definitely. Did not think I could catch a fish if it jumped out the water at me.
Well, I bet you could. You could just suck it up with that trunk. Can you hold
It's
it?
not quite worth
And
it.
use it like
It's
a
not
cannon?
quite worth it this way. Well,
Because you've got hands,
Like,
right? So could you like hold it like?
can I reach the water with my trunk, or how far down is the water? It probably goes like just past my feet, so.
Sure. Sure. You could reach the water.
Okay, I like lean far over the deck and suck up some water in my trunk, and then like do a little spritz into the air.
There you go. I mean, I'm sure you could do more
That
than
is about
that.
the most of it.
Oh, really? That's a bummer.
No, it's not like weapon or anything.
Oh. Ooh. Could you put something like a I bet you could turn it in. How fast do you think you could shoot something out of it? Use it like a cannon. Like a potato. Could you put a potato in there? Ooh, one of my fish. Could we put a fish in there and see if you can shoot it out?
I'm not too familiar with what's the cat race called?
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with Tabaxi anatomy, but do you know what the human term is for sinus, like upper nose cavity?
Oh yeah. I think we have
like
similar
if you
things.
put things in your sinus and shoot things out of it. This is the same sensation for me. It's
I
not
mean,
exactly pleasant.
I would imagine then you wouldn't want to fish in your sinuses.
I do not think it is advisable.
I don't think so either. It's probably a good idea to not do that.
You have active imagination. This is much like Nemo.
Yeah, the same person plays me. It's weird.
What does this mean?
I don't know. He always talked about this person, and now he felt like he didn't have control over his own life. It's weird.
You feel same as this though.
I mean, I think we have enough control. It's as long as, I mean, what we can accomplish in life kind of mirrors what our abilities are. If we don't have any abilities, we can't do a whole lot. If we have a lot of abilities, maybe we can do more. I don't know. I'm good at
Doris is
stabbing
like
things.
weirdly suspicious about this conversation, but is not going to say anything too badly about it. But he's
the wall,
gonna,
it's breaking.
I know.
yeah, he'll be like, thinking back to our early encounters, we've had other friends that, and you know, some of us included, that were not always able to keep track of our faculties. Maybe it's suggestible, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand. 100%.
This is why we travel together. We must keep an eye out for each other. Yes.
Yeah, and I think we all need new skills. If we have new skills, we can do cool things together. Maybe you should learn how to fish. Not that I'm thinking that'll help you or anything, but you know.
Yes, I probably do eat a lot of food, but I eat simply. I eat whatever is available.
Speaking of abilities, though, I think you're the one that has the kind of connection to darker. I don't really know how to say it. Or, you know, shadowy magic as well, right? Like you're not all sunshine and roses, correct?
Yes, I'm at the council. I'm School of Necromancy student, shall we say. Researcher, really, but student.
So what brought you to necromancy of all magics?
Yeah, the contradiction in the power of between life and death and the relationship between them always fascinates me. And the seeming ways to find how to help people by, you know, connecting the dots, so to speak.
With necromancy, I would imagine you could do that more with like healing, normal healing spells, right?
Yes, but it is
Boring?
not as interesting. It's more it's more take than give and take. You know,
I hear
mean?
you.
Okay, I can make this tree grow really tall, or I can shrink it down and give that energy to something else.
Yep. Well, I don't know. Maybe someday we can work together to do something interesting. I don't know what that would be yet.
And I like thaumaturgy, something simple like maybe I grab the railing and it like shrivels up and dries up a little bit, but then like a little sprout comes out of it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I do that. I just like grip it really hard, and you can see the wood like cracks a little bit along the line away from my hand, and then right next to it, a little like a 3-leaf clover pops out.
You hear the captain Yo, put it back on. You're gonna clean that, right?
Oh, that was tiny. That was thaumaturgy. He could, okay. Yeah, Doris like looks over his shoulder and he's like, yes, of course. And he like uses his elbow again to like.
What do you think I should do to screw with him?
Whatever we do, we should do it end of trip, so we don't have to worry too much about getting out boats.
Maybe I could put fish in his clothes or something. I don't know.
If he has foot locker, that's a good place for fish.
Or in his bed. Then he'll literally be sleeping with the fishes. Sorry. Bad joke.
It is okay. I'm glad we had this chat. It's good to get to know people we travel with, yes?
I will do everything I can to help you guys. As a team.
I use my trunk to like pat him on the back.
You want a
Take
fish?
care of each other if we can do so. Oh no, no, thank you.
Okay.
I will wait till my assigned mealtime. I will get in trouble most likely.
Well, that's true. He seems to be watching us like a hawk. It's like he's got nothing better to do over there.
I heard that.
All right, that's it. I don't want to take off.
Work again.
Okay. So, I know, just watched it every minute. Micromanaged to the minnow.
That's right. That's right. Micromanage.
Can't get anything by this guy.
Well, we're just exploding things in the sky over here.
Yeah. He's enjoying that show. So, as the... I don't even remember what time of day it was. Oh, yeah, it was early. Y'all were supposed to be landing, I believe, the afternoon. So, as the day continues on, and specifically the kitchen is finally dried out enough to at least make a simple midday meal, everybody has allowed a rotation in to grab the food that they need. No matter how clean the ship is, or how organized, the belly of the ship is, there's always stuff to do. The fish are very much welcome and will be served at lunch from your catch.
But how do they cook them? That's the important thing.
It's just a very simple fish stew.
Fish should never be cooked in a stew form.
Heads and all.
Oh man.
What do you expect? Everything else got wet.
I'm just gonna try to pick the fish out of the heads out of my stew and the tails. And anything weird, I'm just gonna set it aside.
The captain sits back and is like, I have never seen a tabaxi turn down fish.
But it thought with that thing. It had thoughts in that fish head, and I'm not gonna eat it. That's weird.
But you caught it, which means you were gonna eat it, or you knew somebody was going to, and fish don't have thoughts.
I think they do. I think you're wrong. I think they have thoughts.
Nope.
But it thought it wasn't going to get caught that day while it was sitting there down there going bubble, 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 bubble. Just kind of chilling in the water.
Our dryer is singing for everybody, if anybody is wondering what that is.
Yeah, I thought it was mine.
And then it got pulled out of the water, and now it's dead, and now it's swimming in your soup.
No, it's not swimming. Because it's
The
dead.
fish are singing.
The fish are singing. Wait, it's not done yet. Okay, now it's done. Fucking Samsung.
How close am I to the guy in his suit?
Oh, y'all can all just be eating in general area.
Yeah, if they're talking about the fish is dead, then I'll thaumaturgy his suit to make the water bubble and gurgle a little bit like something swimming in there.
Okay, so look.
Mine or his?
Oh, the captains.
No, the captain.
Yeah. So, not funny, not cute. Whoever did it. He just kind of looks around. And he just pushes his suit back.
It's pretty hilarious.
Okay, so we got an hour or two left. You might be able to see our destination coming up. Now, just so you know, for those who have never been to Obrivail, it was once a beautiful town. Port town, busy, could get almost anything there, legal, illegal. It really didn't matter. Yeah, not so much now. So, keep your purses close. Don't let your gold jingle. And yeah, thanks for joining us on this wonderful trip. And I'm fairly certain one of y'all is bad fucking luck. And I really hope we never have to do this again. So,
Thanks for all the fish.
I'm going to go double check my list before we get there. And you all just stay out of trouble. And, the one with pink hair, don't burn my ship.
I won't. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Because I have to go below deck for a little.
Alright.
And, that doesn't mean you can stop working. Yeah, bye. So he makes his way down into the ship, probably to check the cargo that's been moved around a dozen times. Finds Eoway down there, being overseen by Alyssa. And he just kind of grabs the checklist off the wall and watches you as you restack something. And looks over at Alyssa. Really? Really? Every time. Every fucking time. This is ridiculous. Have you done any work at all? She just sits back and is like, yeah, I gave direction. I'm the captain down here. Okay, look. Big buff boy. You don't need to be her eye candy anymore. So, if there's something that you need to do, or maybe go see the people that you spent time with, you know, before you got on my boat, you can go do that.
Excellent. I just have this huge box I'm carrying, and I just like, here you go. I drop it in her lap.
she doubles over and she just starts cracking up. So you're able to go up and join the group. And you can watch as you get closer and closer to Obrivail. Now, the water is still fairly choppy. It's been pretty overcast most of the afternoon, almost threatening rain, but it hasn't quite broken yet. You see kind of, as you begin to see the spires and the towers and the multi-storied buildings off in the distance, you realize that all of them seem to be varied architectures. There's different heights, there's different shapes, there's different colors, there's different, I mean, just everything. The closer and closer you get, you realize that most of everything is built on pier and beam. Most likely just for the tides, or perhaps to avoid flooding. And from a distance, it kind of just looked like everything was maybe whitewashed. Really, you know, simple, make sure that it doesn't, you know, wears down. Less so, or less noticeably. But the closer you get, you realize that no. Maybe some of these buildings were once whitewashed, but the majority of them were probably very bright, vivid colors at one point or another in the past. You see like a faded greenish blue, like a barely still pink paint on some of these buildings. Other purples that that kind of look just gray now. But the paint everywhere that you can see is long faded and peeling away. As you pull up to the docks, a large stone from one of the pillars that holds up the docks kind of just splashes into the water. And just see kind of the flecks of white paint that may have been left behind that, you know, once made these bright to any sailor. Just pieces of it more pieces of it flakes off, the little bit that's left. So the captain gets the boat docked, just waves you goodbye, and like shoos you off the ship. You're paying next time. Okay.
We're finding the slowest ship next time.
Or no ship at all.
Yes, I thought we'd take flying ship next time.
So as you depart from the sinking minnow, the third, you walk across.
I understand why it's about to be sinking.
You walk across the docks and the piers themselves, and you realize that like they're all rotting. The once like enameled planks have been just left to rot. They have not been kept up. Especially coming from the sinking minnow, which was pristine. He took pride in that ship, and then stepping onto this it's a huge, vast difference. There are people everywhere on the dock itself. There's cargo being unloaded and loaded, but especially from the ships or from the dock in Entora, this has no organization comparatively. There, you don't see anybody out with clipboards or with notebooks trying to take a list of who's coming, what's coming, what's going, who's coming in, who's going out. Nobody's checking any of the cargo. There is a small group of like maybe like dock workers or overseers or some type of dignitary with the Entora emblem on them, but they're just kind of leaned against a port authority office watching the chaos, not checking anything. So where is it you want to go? Is there anything you want to do here in the beautiful bustling town of Obrivail as you make your way northeast to the Misty Steppes and onto the Archipelago?
You said it was morning?
It's going to be afternoon by now.
Well, I guess we should find a place to stay tonight.
Good idea.
Get something that doesn't have fish heads in it.
Yeah.
That's what I'd vote for.
Do you think that's this place? Looking around.
I mean, there might be some hidden gems somewhere. He's gotta look.
I'll
There's
grab
no
it.
one else curious about the shabby state of affairs here.
I just wonder what happened here. It looks very.
I think you've muted
run
yourself.
down.
I did.
Very
I just thought it
depressing.
maybe it was normal here. I don't know. Who
Um,
knows?
Okay, so
Has anybody else ever been here?
No. It just looks very depressing.
I don't think so, no. I think
Look.
Doris would want to maybe because we don't have any like extra equipment or things on the boat, right? Did we bring the horse?
no.
Trying to think of any reason to talk to the like harbor master if we could, but don't really have one. So
I mean, they don't seem to be doing much.
We could get
So-
a rowboat to navigate the swamp.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does anybody know how to row?
I mean, you just
I would say that, but I saw somebody slam into tree after tree once because they didn't know how to do it. They were so uncoordinated they kept going too far in one direction and then too far in the other direction.
I'm from the desert. How do you not understand how?
I don't know. Do you understand how a rowboat works? Have you done it in the sand? Is that how you practiced? Do
We'll
your
find
teeth
out.
tell you? I don't think I haven't noticed that necklace.
You're not the first one today.
I want to do some sort of check on that necklace.
Okay, tell me what you want to do.
Don't know how to understand robots, do you?
Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any like arcane. I don't know, like, so I have this like connection to death. Is there any way? Well, so nature wouldn't help. I don't have any arcane anything.
So there might be a way that you could channel like that type of energy and try to figure out the necklace. Not do that, but that kind of thing that you do.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it another time. I'll think about it and figure it out.
All I can think about is Solor like walking up to Eoway, and Eoway's much taller than him, right? And just staring like necklace to eyeball for like 10 minutes. Just like the face right in nicest pendant. Just like, tell me your secrets.
Do you want something, Cat?
So,
I'm just saying, like, I'm getting a weird vibe from that. There's a lot of dead things' teeth, and then does it talk to you?
I don't think so. I think it talks to Nice, not me.
Oh.
I didn't say that in character. Just
Yeah.
You get urges, but it's never words. All right, so are we?
Yeah, I'll drop it for now.
All right, so are we just going to be wandering around until we find something, or are we going to ask somebody what's going on? Dorus, you had been questioning.
Yeah.
Well, you and Soli both have been questioning kind of what's going on in this town. So,
Yeah.
Do we know if we need a boat to like go north from here? Like, do we know the landscape coming up?
it's you were told it's like Everglades kind of type thing, but
Like, I assume there'll be roads to the next town or something.
yeah,
That's
there'll
kinda
be
what I'm
there'll be
assuming.
roads, there'll be like floating platforms, that type of thing to navigate the area. Because it is traveled. It's not like nobody goes that direction.
Yeah, I think Doris would probably just say, "Let's go into town and see if we can find any civilization here. Somewhere to stay for a night, maybe."
Sounds good.
After all that time on the ship, I am definitely ready.
Oh yeah.
So as you begin wandering into town, just kind of following the flow of traffic, there are definitely more boarded doors, shuttered windows, and like barely standing buildings than any open businesses. Every so often you'll see a business that might still be open, but there's just it seems to be there's more people here than there are places to go or to shop. It's very odd. Like a few stalls kind of like sporadically appear amid piles of debris, probably like old furniture from some of the businesses, just crates and even trash just litters the streets. There's the few stalls that you do see are very simple. They're just simple cloth in one, maybe like some really plain fish stuffed flatbreads in another. You do see like roasted snails and frog legs a little further down as you kind of make your way in. One even has oysters. There's like one stall that just has pearl and fishbone trinkets. A little bit different than from other things, but everything's just simple and simple wares. I need somebody to roll a perception or investigation for me.
I got 19 for perception. I'm just depressed seeing this town. It's like,
Okay.
it's,
Got a 22 for perception.
Okay. So, Salor, as you and Soli are looking around, one thing that you don't see are beggars, which might be something that you would expect in a very poor town or a place that was so run down. You can see the locals versus those that are here for business or just traveling through, bringing cargo through. All of their clothes are very simple, like just plain linen wear, nothing fancy. Nobody seems to really have any clean colored clothing here. But something you do notice is there are signposts very frequently on your way through town. They, a lot of them have warning signs about, specifically, the Misty Steps and the Crying Cascades. Something just fell in my contact. There's missing a sign. It's like, all of a sudden I feel something floating around my eyeball. It's a little painful. There's missing posters and flyers that are looking for assistance for either missing loved ones or a monster being, like, some strange creature in the area. And everything is generally referring to north and northeast of Obrivail. And there's a lot of them. Some of them are old and faded. Some of them seem to be newer. But yeah, there's quite a bit of that everywhere. You don't see much in the way of guards because this is part of Entora. This is part of the Entora lands. Every so often you'll see somebody with the Entora like outfit on or tabard, but there's just not a lot of visible members of the family or guard or anything. But you do eventually hear and find a very busy tavern where everybody seems to be flocking to for the evening. There is a large sign in much better shape than the surrounding area, and on it says the Rotten Harbor Inn. You hear a little bit of music coming from the inside, but it just kind of seems like somebody's just kind of plucking some kind of string instrument and maybe like setting up a drum set. There's no real music going on yet. And as you enter, you see that on the large stage is a group of adventurers. And as the musicians are warming up or getting ready for whatever they're doing, or maybe they're taking a break, they're telling stories of their exploits.
Stealing Nemu's magic.
But they are but you are now in the Rotten Harbor Inn. If you wish to ask about rooms or listen to some stories, it is completely up to you.
We'll go up to the barkeep, and I just want to, like, what's up with the name?
What, my name?
The tavern.
Oh, you don't think it fits? I mean,
I'm
come
just
on. It's
interested in how your town got this way.
well, it's not my town. I just kind of came in and took advantage of a bad situation. I mean, it is the nicest place in town. So, the rumors are that it started, I don't know, like, it just kind of happened overnight, really. Like 8 years ago. Like when all the humans and stuff showed up. Yeah. It was just, but this isn't the only place. Quite a few places in the area just aged overnight. I don't know. It's weird. Doesn't matter, because I gotta tell you, it's a nice place to have an inn, because there's a lot of people traveling, and not a lot of places to stay. So we got the place. Rotten Arbor. You looking for to stay overnight, maybe?
No, I'm afraid if it rots anymore, we're gonna fall through the floor.
My place isn't rotten.
In the entire town.
We have new floorboards, we have new beds, we have new bedding. We've got it all. It was completely redone.
Can I look at the ceiling?
Yeah.
See how good quality that wood is?
Roll history for me.
Trash.
I mean, yeah, it looks, I mean, it doesn't look, there's no rotting pieces on it. It doesn't look nearly as bad as much of the rest of the town. But with a trash roll, whatever a trash roll is,
It's an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. It looks good. Flooring is nice. It's got like fresh sawdust all over it to absorb any, spills or mishaps for the night.
How much are you charging to stay?
It depends on how fancy you want to get. I've got some really nice rooms. They're $2 gold a night. Yeah. Mhm.
I don't understand, personally, how this place is in pristine condition, and you just said the rest of the town went to crap overnight.
Well, I redid it, didn't I?
How is it not gone to crap?
I don't know.
Gone to crap? Recrapped? No.
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, you said everything went to crap really quick. Was there like a direction that it came from? The crapping?
Well,
Did you have a stomach bug?
so the rumor that the stories that I heard was it was multiple places kind of random around the floating islands area, and that I don't do magic, I don't understand magic, but around the Crying Cascades, you can't go in there anymore, and that apparently happened when our friends from another world came over. But there was just some places, some little pockets that just, aged really quickly. I don't know how, why. Yeah.
Are the people still here?
Did the people age quickly? Did everybody just like drop dead or something? And then like people came back or what? I mean, I'm very interested in this.
Yeah. There were a lot of dead people. A lot of everything rotted. It was just weird. So look, I am a creature of I don't want to say that I took advantage of the situation, but I took advantage of the situation, okay? I was coming through. It was about 8 months after all the weird craziness happened, and I was like, you know what? Where I'm going to go is I'm going to go on the edge of the fucking world, or at least on the edge of, the land without stepping into the purview of the Severius, because scary magic. So I was like, here, I'm gonna come here. I had heard some weird stuff that was going on, and I was like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I came all the way from like Dawn Creek. I don't know if you've ever heard of Dawn Creek. It's really far to the west. But so I showed up, and like everything was rotten. There was the banners that used to hang from the buildings, like paper, just crumbled underneath your touch. It was really crazy. So I there's still a port here. And there's still lots of stuff that comes through here. And I was like, you know what they don't have anymore? Is an inn where people are living. So I was like, I'm living, I'm breathing, I can build an inn. And so I did. And I took apart my boat and put together some new stuff. Yep. That's what happened.
Man, I kind of fell asleep there. Did anybody else? It was so long-winded. Man. Well, I'm glad you made money, I guess. Good job. Well done.
Yeah.
How much are the rooms?
Before we go on, Doris pipes up from kind of the back of the room or back of the group, where he's like reading through his notebook, from notes from years gone or months gone or whatever, how long gone. He's like, this sort of reminds me of where we met Galen and how come everyone was dead there too.
You know, I don't know where that is, but I'm going to guess it's at some kind of distance from this place.
Wasn't that like
This is quite the
first
travel.
one's dead though?
No, Halcom was recent.
Oh, Oh, I thought you said something else.
Hmm.
That was where we first met Galen, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call 2022 recent, but okay.
No. Recent as far as like within the history of Avonvon. It was, yeah. That also happened shortly after the disruption. So, rooms.
Could be
Right.
there.
I mean, that's
I
not
forget-
too terribly far away.
I forget what we fought there, but I think Doris will say something like, it could be that there are strange creatures here too, similar to how we fought them there.
Yeah, but where are they all coming from?
And where are they now?
Where are they now?
You know, there
That's
are
true.
posters all over town, and even some right up over there.
Maybe that group of fruity musicians in that inn knew what was going on. I'm sorry, maybe the group of
Entertainment.
musicians. I'm sorry, maybe I'm salty because my friend passed and he was way better than that. It's kind of a shame. Sorry. How much did you pay for him?
I'm still questioning the your friend.
My what?
Your friend? Okay.
My friend. Whose friend? My friend? I don't know what you're talking about.
So, about those rooms.
Yes, I want the most comfortable one.
2 gold.
How about 2 gold and a meal?
You got it.
I have to listen to that music.
Do you see how many people are here? I don't need to bargain.
Deal
Deal.
with that music?
You just are a little bit cleaner, and I would prefer if y'all had the nicer rooms. 2 gold a night for the nice rooms.
I give
I'll
it
pay
to
8 gold.
Okay.
If there's anybody in this hotel that likes cat people, maybe there's a kink for it here and I could make some money dancing.
You're not the only one. I hate to tell you, but you're not special.
I'm the only one like me. Oh, yes I am. We're all special. Very special.
If we're all special, then no one's special.
No, you're not special. We're special.
So he will take everybody's money. And he'll give you keys to rooms, and he'll direct you.
I'm gonna try to give him money, but try to pass it off as 2 gold. But I don't want to give him 2 gold.
EOA already
already
paid for
paid.
you.
Oh, I don't want to give. I'm gonna try to take the money back.
You're gonna try and steal from him?
Yeah, I'm gonna steal the money back.
Steal it while I'm giving to him.
No. As we're walking away, I'm gonna try to take it from wherever he put it in his pocket.
He's behind a board.
I'm stealthy as fuck. I am stealthy kitty.
I need you to roll stealth and sleight of hand.
Please don't fail. Please don't fail. $31 stealth.
Might as well just steal all of it.
And 28 sleight of hand.
Damn it.
I'm gonna take as much as I can because I don't like this guy.
Stealthy boy.
Yeah. So, like, as everybody is walking back through this long hall, you kind of just glance over and you grab one of the aprons that's hanging on the board, or that's hanging on this pegboard for everybody that works there. You quickly you tie the apron on, and you can grab one of their hats that everybody is wearing. And you just grab a couple of empty mugs off of a table right next to the bar and just blend in with everybody else as you walk to the back of the bar to dump them in the bins that go into the back to be washed. And as you do, you accidentally drop one. Just happens to be close to where he's just finished dropping the gold in. And you reach down and try to shake it with pufferfish. You reach down, and as you grab the mug, you slightly stumble and are able to grab a handful of freaking gold and silver, a pawful if you so wish.
Oh, I wish. What's the fun of playing a rogue if you're not gonna jack some asshole's gold?
So, you swipe as much as you can with one paw, slip it into your apron.
And I imagine too, like if anything's dangling, I have these like claws.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's part of this. Like cat's claw is part of like the whole whatever. But I could just like kind of like, cut it with my claw too, and just kind of grab anything.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily have just grabbed very Elder Scrolls stealth move. Very. You could easily just have grabbed like one of the bags of like coins that are in there instead. And so you grab it, you slip it into one of your mini pockets, and you grab a few of the fresh beers as if you're taking them out to a table, and on your way out of the bar, just kind of hang your apron and your hat and start following the group with your fresh beer.
That's right.
A couple pints of ale.
Hey guys, wait up! I got us some drinks.
Thank you.
I'm sure he charged you an arm and a leg for those.
Oh, he was more than generous. Don't worry about it. I think he likes cats. He's of
What was that generosity before?
I stole it from him. I don't like him. Here's some beer. Enjoy.
So as you make your way down this hall, you realize that there's a couple of doorways that you have to pass through, and it's literally into the buildings behind the tavern itself. He has completely taken over, it looks like almost 5 buildings, and converted the building behind it into rooms. So you're able to find all of the rooms. This entire floor is actually empty. However, the rooms are incredibly huge. They are much larger than you would expect, and there's fairly large beds. Now, the decor isn't fine, but it is nice. They're comfortable. They're not filled with like straw or hay or anything. They seem to be filled with a mixture of maybe like cotton and feathers. Whatever it is, it's comfortable, it's nice, and there's even a bathtub in every room. So it's pretty freaking fancy. Now you have the evening before you head out the next day. What would y'all like to do for the evening? Do you want to go back to the tavern? Do you want to listen to Do you want to do the whispers, listen to whispers, and what the conversations are going on as a rogue thing that you do?
Yeah. I'll sneak around and do some information gathering.
Okay.
For sure. I just want to listen to rumors and what people like are saying. A couple things I want to listen to. Who this scrub ass adventurer group is. And then
These
like what
goddamn level ones.
Yeah, fucking level 1s. They certainly aren't level 12s, you know what I'm saying? Who these bums are, and then what the like rumors are about what actually happened here.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, Dorus will do similar, but he wants to like target a merchant or a traveler that's specifically wearing Entora colors, because he feels like he'll treat a council member, as a peer or something maybe.
Okay.
He'll do the same thing, just like pick the guy's brain about what happened here and any rumors going down the road, that kind of thing.
Okay. So Dorus, roll investigation for me. Salor, roll perception for me. I know. 22. Yeah, 22 will work.
Yep.
Yue, Soli, nice is just nicing.
Yeah, I think I'm nicing at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there windows here, like on the room, like windows seeing outside the town?
Yeah, you would be able to see, like onto the street behind it. There are a couple of shops that seem to be open on that street, most likely because it does neighbor this very large inn. One of them is like a clothier, just regular stuff that you need at the house, or and like housewares and stuff like that. And the other one is just going to be like a general odds and ends store that you can see through your window. And there's quite a few people kind of just milling about the street itself, not necessarily shopping. The shops don't seem busy, but there's still quite a few people.
I'm gonna actually be able. What are they called? What are the monkeys on your shoulder called? When they have pet monkeys.
A boo?
Bad dates. What's that? It's that squirrel monkey. I'm gonna be a squirrel monkey.
Oh, okay.
Whisper, because there's rice underneath.
So I have the illusion now when we leveled up the disguise self, so I can make myself a foot bigger, which lets me be a foot tall monkey. That is
Nice.
just hanging out on Yahweh's shoulder.
Very
Cool.
I'm gonna meditate. Ever.
You're gonna what?
Meditate.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yue?
I am going to go to the edge of town and figure out what the swamp's about.
Okay.
Like, if we need to like prepare anything for our travels, if there's any weird vibe going on.
Okay. Cool. So we'll do the end first. So Dorus and Salor. Salor, as you kind of just like make your way in first, probably swipe somebody's ale or food or drink or random shit as you walk by.
Not just some random person, unless I thought they were a dick.
Oh, okay.
Steal from the people I don't like, and then I kill the people I really don't like.
In passing, I don't really know what to say to that. In passing, as you're listening to quite a few of the conversations, they're talking about, like, there's one group talking about the routes that they are going to be taking overland. They're trying to discuss if they should go to Ascaris and then travel up. But the conversation is generally going that nobody needs to go to Ascaris. Even though we can no longer travel through the Crying Cascades, the best way to go is through Silverbell, because most likely you'll be able to offhand some of your extra goods if you have any, and the roads are just better that direction. And like a lot of the conversations are very similar. There's a few conversations that you kind of overhear that seem to be from locals and not people coming. Most of the locals are that you see all seem to be around the same age. Maybe between 28 and 35. That is the only age that you can tell from the look. It's just random mundane conversations. Yeah, 28 to 35. There's roll insight for me. 12. So you there's a few things that you find odd about these conversations. One is they don't seem to hold conversations as you would expect a table of adults to hold conversations. Their sentence No, they're similar. It's just their sentence structure is almost childlike.
Rudimentary.
Very rudimentary. They don't seem to have that maturity you would expect with their age. They, are talking about the kinds of meals that they're going to be making with the seasonal vegetables, but the way that they talk, it's just strange. Almost as if you're listening to a table of like 10-year-olds trying to discuss how they're going to be making their meals for the week. Yeah. It's odd. It's just odd, especially compared to all of the other tables of like seasoned travelers and people that are constantly, moving cargo around, taking things from one place to another. It's just strange. Now, as you're kind of like lean back as you find a table who's talking about some of the posters that they've read on their way into town and the ones that they saw here specifically at the inn. And they're talking about how odd the stories are that are coming out of the Misty Steps. There's never any definitive bounds of what people describe. It's like they have gaps in their memory. They talk about having deja vu all the time when they're talking about the Misty Steps or stories that they've heard about the Misty Steps. Almost like ghost stories. It's very strange. And everybody will do anything to avoid that area. They think it's cursed. They think it's haunted. They know for a fact it's dangerous. People have gone missing. So, yeah, it is very strange. Very strange. And at any point, you can try and go listen to the people who are talking, like telling their stories too of their adventures in their escapades.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak over there and listen to him.
So, Dorus, you do find, like, off in a corner, kind of away from the rabble, a group of 3 people. One of them does seem to have the emblem of Entora around their neck. It's not visible. It's not like they're wearing a tabard or anything. And as you approach, they just get quiet, and he looks up at you. Something I can do for you, sir?
Yes, I'm Arcanist Dorus from the Severus Council. I was wondering if I could bend your ear for a minute, find some information about these lands. We haven't traveled here before.
Well met. My name is Hazu. I'm sorry. What brings you to the area?
We are traveling to a meeting of the families in some time, but on our way here, we have been traveling all over, having fun, doing various things, visiting ancient places and such. But I was curious if you know anything about the area here. It seems some magical occurrence happened years ago, and we're trying to get more information, see if it's something we can help decipher or solve.
I would assume that you would know more about that than I would. There, being an arcanist, The stories that I've heard from those that came to study the phenomenon were something bubbles of chronology magic or some kind of ancient magics from first ones. Something strange. They said they just popped
Well,
random
I don't know how to
places.
spell energy, but I'm like trying to put this in my notes and I have no idea how to spell things. I tell him that I don't know how to say this really, but I want like street information versus like history information. You know what I mean? Like I want to know what has been happening locally and how the travel on the roads has been, this sort of thing.
Oh, I thought you were with a studious inquiry. Oh, the roads are rough. There's not many people wish to stay in Obrivail anymore. They, many of the people have moved out towards the glades itself. They, they've even kind of created their own little settlements out in the glades, and seem to be living okay out there. But they avoid Aberville at all costs. If you do end up traveling through the glades, where exactly are you heading? Which direction are you grazing?
They're heading north for sure to the floating places.
North. Sure. You've got a few hours of safety before you hit anything strange. But I mean, you'll probably see quite a few people out there, just living their daily lives through the footpaths and the floating barges. Why are you heading north? Because you do see
They'll have our
all the like missing people signs and strange shit signs that are everywhere. That all happened north.
Fortunately, we all have our stations in life, and ours is to adventure towards the trouble, not away.
Oh, so you're like them. Okay. Well.
Does he mean the other adventuring party, or what?
Yeah, yeah. He just kind of nods over to like the people who are up there boasting about whatever it is they do.
I guess we could say we are like them if they are adventurers as well. Do you know much of them? Are they known well around here?
I mean, that's one way of putting it. They come up, they adventure out, and they'll take a poster or two and go try and be the heroes for the week or the month or whatever, and they come back and they tell stories of what it is that they did. But I mean, they've been around for a few years now. Their stories seem popular.
Yes, stories can have this effect, but unfortunately, oftentimes they are only that, stories.
I don't know, some of their battle scars make some of them seem quite real. So yeah, traveling north. You won't be able to get far. Once there's some strange barrier around the Misty Steps itself that goes straight up through to the floating islands. I've heard people who try to pass through it just kind of turn to goo. I don't know if that's something you're interested in, but that's kind of the story. Almost as if they were stepped on by a giant or something. I don't really know how that works. I don't go up that way because I've heard the stories. But those who have ventured close have said they have like gaps in time or strange events that seem to like reoccur. Like they'll see something and then see it again and again and again and again. But I mean, that's just can't seem the same black cat walking in front of you 12 times. It just doesn't work that way from the same direction. But yeah. So once again, good luck. Bugs, bad things out there. I'm guessing if you're an adventurer, you'll be expecting bad things to happen and to use whatever methods that you use to eradicate such things.
We appreciate your help, both my party and the council, and myself.
Right. Roll insight for me.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. He keeps looking at you in a way as if he is questioning whether or not he recognizes you. He's not saying anything, but it's just kind of like a type thing.
Yeah, I'll just let him wonder. I've already said thank you, and I'll stand up and kind of not bow, but like nod my head at him. And
Okay.
wander back over to our group.
So, EOA, as you are now accompanied by a spider monkey, chilling on your shoulder, you're making your way northeast or northwest out of town, and it's much the same, just same random shit. Most of it run down. You know, a couple more random street vendors, nothing really that catches your eye. And you begin to make your way to what you have heard be called the Twilight Glades. And you feel the rise, even though you are on a coast, of the humidity. It's buoying. It's just, you immediately feel as if you just got out of the bath, the closer and closer you get. The buzzing of insects.
This
But
is really uncomfortable being a monkey. I'm going to change into an iguana.
Nice. Nice. That's perfect. Nice. Much more comfortable. So, as you make your way kind of through the area and you begin looking around, the trees here are huge. Not tall, just around. They have incredibly heavy branches that just fold into this area and create a very dense canopy, which is most likely why it's called the Twilight Glades, because there is very little sun that ever reaches it. There's a low hum of insects and frog songs and all kinds of different sounds within the area itself. The walkways, where it's dry, there are pathways that seem to be well traveled. Even though, from what you understand, most people don't travel this area, or like travel through this area. But then you begin to see why, as the dry pathways kind of change into almost dock-like wooden walkways that go over the areas that have deeper waters. And every so often, you'll just hear a group of people talking, and you'll smell a cooking fire, or you'll hear children laughing. And you come across one of these little settlements of some kind, and it's just a group of people out frog gigging, hunting for the night's meal, maybe. And they look up at you, and they just kind of head nod.
I just confusedly do it back.
Okay. So far from what you can tell, I mean, it looks to be fairly easy to traverse. The paths are winding just because of the way that how large the trees are and how much coverage their roots kind of fill the area. But I mean, so far it doesn't look too bad. Lots of bugs.
Are they like? Do they look like they're just living out here?
Yeah.
So, how's it going out here?
Really? I mean, it's just going. Are you
Is it...
lost?
No, I'm not lost. I came that way.
Oh. Um. Are you like looking to get away from it all? Is that why you're out here?
I was just seeing what was out here.
Oh. You live off the grid type of guy?
I don't know what the grid is, but
You know, away from the families and all the hustle and bustle of the busy world.
I would do that anyway.
Oh. Oh. Okay. So you just decided to take a stroll through the Twilight Glades for the evening?
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at first.
I mean, nothing out here is going to jump out and steal your purse.
Is there a reason you're living out here?
It's better than Obrivail. It's just cleaner and less of the stealing of purses. Not as much death.
I'm very confused about death around here. I keep hearing a lot about it.
What are your feelings about like hauntings or shit?
Hauntings, curses. I've never experienced a curse myself, but
That's nice. Here's the chattering of the teeth.
Yeah, I think maybe the iguana's tongue is just going out quickly in nervousness.
No, I don't know. There's just quite a few of us that feel like Obrivail is cursed. You know, it's just a lot of stuff that happened suddenly there, and there's no reason for it that anybody's ever explained to us. Chose to come out here.
what is this unexplained stuff?
Well, everything just kind of got old all of a sudden. Died and others fled and kind of left everybody else there.
Do you have any advice navigating the area?
Just stay on the footpaths, and if you find one your foot falls through, then probably no longer an area to go through. How far are you talking about going?
Oh, we're going to the Misty Steps.
You're one of them. So
One of who?
just you and your... It's very strange to say you and your lizard.
Oh, I have more people back
Oh.
at the town.
Oh.
The lizard will nod.
Yes, he agrees.
So if you are going to the Misty Steps, there's a few things that you should worry about. One of them being, you know, survival of anything. You'll feel the wall before you die. Once you start feeling the pressure, just, you know, you've probably gone too far. But the creatures in the air will probably tell you that before that happens. Tim's may have figured out what's wrong with his computer. So, there's some like parasitic type creatures that can kill you once you start getting closer to the area. Don't really understand them. They're a little bit strange. They just kind of, attach and burrow their way in. And then from the stories, there's even worse things that come out of the Misty Steps themselves sometimes, and they can break through the barrier, but like big, squat, strong creatures that just come out for human snacks every so often. What's going on?
I was trying to share the screen so it wouldn't be weird anymore. It just made it more weird.
Made it very weird.
Okay.
Weird. Why can't I do anything?
And
Whoa.
I can't do anything either.
Gallery. Nope. Not helping.
Okay. Enough of that.
He'll be right back. So yeah. You know what? I would say that you might want to go see a cleric or something about this urge to die. But you do have a lizard that seems to, emote in strange ways with conversation, so maybe you're not all that crazy.
I don't think we're crazy. Maybe we could help you.
Wizard shakes his head. As in, no, he's not crazy.
So you and your pet can help us? I don't think that's,
I mean, we can try to solve whatever plaguing the area.
we're happy out here. We're good. We're good.
I mean, dealing with the nasty stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can deal with the nasty stuff. That's what Scribe has been saying they're doing for years now, and they've done nothing.
Oh, was that other group?
Yeah.
Scribe?
Yeah.
What a boring name.
Yeah. They're pretty, vanilla.
How strong do you think they are?
Strong? Like, they probably couldn't beat you in arm wrestling if that's what you're asking.
Good.
But you're a pretty big dude, so
I can probably take care of whatever in that forest.
okay. Okay. I mean, I believe you believe that. So, there, just beware the border. You can't pass through alive, so,
What do you mean that you can't pass through alive? Do you mean like just physically can't, or it's just dangerous stuff on the other side?
No, you physically can't. Like, you just become heavier and heavier until you literally just squish.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Seen a few wild animals make the mistake of running too close and just kind of pop. So,
I'll keep note of that.
yeah, it might be a good idea. Like I said, once you start feeling the pressure, you're too close. But there's plenty of creatures to fight around the outskirts. Maybe you'll even find some of the missing people. I don't know.
Well, you seem to be having a lovely time out here.
Yeah.
Don't wish to disturb you any further.
Okay. Good luck with you and your friends.
Hold out my stubby little arm and wave.
So, your lizard waved at me?
Yep, goodbye.
Why? He's just very confused.
Vanish into the forest like the same way I mysteriously appeared.
Yeah, and he's just kind of left and he starts talking to his buddy. And just same low tone, kind of chill. Just strange. Okay. So, or not Nemo. God damn it, you changed your name in whatever the Zoom. Salor. You kind of sidle your way over to where this group is talking about all of their adventures. And they have a little sign. It looks like a piece of wood that was sliced and somebody burned the name scribe into it. So they literally have like a plaque of their name that they put out as they're telling stories. And as you get closer and kind of just shift your attention to what they're talking about, one of the members, she's just very calmly describing a creature that they were fighting. No, it had 8 legs. Not only did it have 8 legs, but the creature itself was about 10-12 foot long and had kind of a shell, almost like a turtle, but it was softer. I don't know. It was very strange. The head itself was more eel-like, and when it opened its mouth, it was nothing but razor-sharp teeth. And then, inside of those razor-sharp teeth was another jaw with more razor-sharp teeth that just kind of shot out at you, and you have to dodge that thing, and you're like, okay, it's a turtle. And you're like, and so you just run, right? Because it can't chase you, it can't keep up. You'd be very surprised how something with 8 legs can run. Because while it might not look like it can run very fast, it just skitters, almost like a centipede. It's not cool, it's not okay. We did kill it, but I wouldn't want to face one again. So, yeah, that was the eel turtle. But it was taken care of. And in the meantime, we also found, what was that one kid's name? Jad or something? I don't know. Some kid. I mean, he wasn't alive, but we did find him. He was out there. He was partially out there anyway. But he did have like that bracelet thing that everybody said that he would have. So, you know, we didn't do that. That was pretty cool. She's just talking to everybody around her. They're just sitting up there as if it's a TED Talk.
Your mic is not working.
There you go. Can I see anybody's money?
No, they don't seem to have their packs or anything on them.
Okay.
They probably have a room here. Or a couple of them.
Does this sound like I'm in the bar too, right? Does this sound like any monster that we've fought before? Doesn't really sound familiar.
No, it's very strange. An 8-legged soft-shell turtle with the face of an eel. I mean, it's a little odd. But it's
So I'm trying to think of a way. I want to ask them if hey, man, I want to sound like I need help getting into my room because I lost the key or something.
You want to ask them?
Yeah, because I want one of them to come up, and I want to trick them into showing me which rooms they're in. Or I want to, yeah. So I want to bring them up to like where the rooms are, and yeah, like, and then once we're up there, like compare amenities, and see if they got like a better room than we did. They complain about it and how they got such a good room. And they must be well respected, and we're not.
So, as she finishes talking, one of the other group members, he jumps up and he's like, "Oh my god, you are so freaking boring when you tell stories. Look, this is exactly what happened. So, we're walking through close to the Misty Steps. No, we're in the Misty Steps, okay? First off, you can feel the pressure of that wall.
Hello? Hello?
What? Why are you interrupting my story?
I lost my key to my room, and I'm a little embarrassed to ask the person up front because he's kind of an asshole. And I was wondering if any of you guys could like pick my door for me, because
Really?
I just don't have the skills. You seem so well respected, and so, you know, I was listening to your story, and I can't help but be enthralled by it.
So, let me get this straight. So, it's okay for you to like come up where there's a stage of people talking to a room full of people and be like, "Hey, I'm dumb and I lost my key," but you can't go to the guy who literally owns the place and probably has a copy of the key to your room and be like, "Hey, I lost my key." It's less embarrassing for you to come up in front of all of these people and interrupt a story.
Him and I don't have a great relationship.
You pissed him off?
Yeah, I pissed him off.
Okay, now I need to hear the story.
Hold on, let me think.
You're a rogue. You should be good at bullshitting.
That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to bullshit.
Tim is not good at bullshit.
No, I just wasn't thinking I was gonna have to come up with a story. Okay, I'll just tell him a story of a job we did together before he got here, and that I know him from his previous, like where he came from before he got here, and that he knows me, so I'm trying to hide my face so he doesn't see me. But this is like the only establishment in the area that isn't falling apart, so I wanted to stay here even though he's the person in charge.
Okay, I need you to roll deception.
Fuck me.
Oh god.
Alright, so I rolled a 2.
Oh, dude, you're so stupid.
Luckily, the guy that was talking is not very smart.
They'll be like, yeah, we did this job back in the day together, and I was supposed to hold his pack for him and keep everything like super secure, and I lost it, and now like I don't want to go up to him and talk to him because he lost all of his stuff because of me. And but you know, it's the only establishment in the area that's not falling apart, so I couldn't stay anywhere else.
So let me get this straight.
Can you keep your voice down? I'm already embarrassed as it is.
He just kind of looks around at the crowd.
Try not to be noisy. I don't want him to find out.
So there's a few things here. How did you get the key in the first place?
What key? The one that I'm missing?
Yeah.
I mean, do I have to say it?
We're all curious here.
I'll look around to make sure. Are there any police around?
Really?
Okay, I just saw one. I saw where you kept him, and I just took one.
Everybody around the stage busts out laughing.
And then I lost it.
So, let me get this straight. You sneakied over to grab something, and then you sneakied.
Well, he's not exactly super observant, you know.
So then you sneakied away, and then somebody sneakied it from you.
It's very possible that's what happened. Yes.
So you did the sneaky, and then somebody did the sneaky to you, and now you're shit out of luck.
I have a little bit of money I could pay you.
But you can't pay for a room
No, not that much.
because you lost his pack.
That's right.
What was in the pack? It was so important.
I never looked in it, honestly. He told me not to look in it. Personal stuff of some kind.
Personal stuff of some kind.
I don't know. He didn't tell me what was in there. He told me not to look in it.
You know, you really should come up on this stage at some point or other and just tell these stories. Do you always have this much bad luck?
Pretty much. That's why all I do is fish now, because I can't get anything else done.
How does that work out for you?
Not great.
Okay.
Fish typically don't like coming up to cats.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
So you're just a bird misfortune. Yeah.
I have been called the unluckiest feline.
Okay. You know, just because you've been entertaining, Vance is gonna help you out.
You know what they used to call me? Well, I was gonna say something and it's not funny enough, so I'm not gonna say it anymore.
So you just don't say it?
Everybody just tells me I'm always shit out of luck, you know? So that's kind of what I go by.
You go by shit out of luck.
Yeah, that's what everybody calls me. SOL for short. Soul. That's my name. Soul.
Okay. So, yeah. Vance is gonna help you?
Oh, good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever you have left on you that wasn't sneakied, you might want to hold on to it a little bit tighter.
That's true. Are you guys like an adventuring group? Do you need somebody to hold your bag? I won't lose it this time, I promise.
You know? I would stick to fishing.
Fair. I understand. I'll just put my head down.
Okay. So, one of the guys from the stage is just shaking his head as he's walking with you.
Ooh. I bet you guys got the nicest room. Can I see how awesome your room is? Please? I think I got a crappy one.
You stole the key.
It's fair, I didn't pay for it. That's true.
And yes, we most likely have a much better room than you. Because we didn't steal the key.
Is it the big room at the end down there?
No, we, kind of have our own place.
Oh, like your own house? Like, is it like a guild hall?
A guild hall?
Yeah.
No? It's just a house that I think used to be some kind of shop or something attached to the inn, and, like, that's our place now.
Did it get fixed up too?
Yeah, we fixed it up.
So it's not all broken like the rest of these buildings? Does it have a cool sign? All adventures have cool signs and logos.
No, we don't advertise our home because, like my friend said, there's sneaky sneaks about.
Oh, I understand. What was your guys' names again?
Scribe.
Scribe.
No.
So you're telling me it's not a building that says Scribe on it?
No.
But it has been remodeled.
Yeah, it has been remodeled.
Interesting.
You are the strangest guy I've ever met. And let me tell you, there's some strange fucking people in this town.
That's true. I bet I smell like fish too.
You know, you smell like a lot of things. Need a bath.
I don't like taking baths.
You know what room number that you were supposed to have stolen a key for?
I think it was 104.
You want to try again?
Room 4.
Okay. What floor?
First floor.
Room 4. First floor.
Yep.
Those are nice rooms.
Maybe I got a better one than I thought.
Okay.
I just look at the key in my hand. He has the wrong number.
It's 100% Sully's room. And she's in there meditating. So he walks through the long hallway to the nice rooms. First floor, fourth door. And definitely picks the lock. Welcome to your subpar room. He opens the door and inside is Soli just sitting there peacefully meditating.
Do I hear somebody opening the door?
Yeah, you would hear somebody open the door.
I get that stone wand. What is it?
It's me, Soli. It's been so long. I didn't realize you were in here.
Do you know how to knock before entering a door?
I didn't realize you were in this door.
Was the door even locked?
It was locked. I always lock my doors.
You know, Soli, your friend is very stupid.
What is going on here?
I'll tell you about it later. It's too embarrassing to mention right now.
He just looks over at you. The next time you lose your key, maybe just remember that you had given it to your friend already.
It's very possible. I'm very forgetful.
Yeah, you owe me a drink after this. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, don't
Thank you.
forget about that.
Thank you for picking my friend's door.
You're welcome. Just walks off. It's like, what the fuck just happened? What the
Well, I
fuck?
got no information on where they are.
You did. You got all the information you need, technically.
So it's a remodeled place.
Yeah. Attached to the tavern.
Attached to the tavern. Okay. All right. Now I'm going
It
to.
might
I'm
not
gonna,
be as adventurous, but they got a new story, definitely.
Sully, I'm sorry. I was trying to. I went on an adventure of my own. I'll be right back. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
In my mind, I'm like, you have no idea how close you were to the press.
Seriously.
Thank you for not fireballing my fur.
Yeah,
That
next
That
time.
smell. If you ever smell burned fur, it's terrible.
It is terrible. I smelled it before. Anyways, if you plan to use this other time, just let me know
Let you know what exactly?
about your next mastermind crime plan. I
Oh
don't
right.
know.
Yes, mastermind plan. That's right.
There.
I'll be back in a bit.
All right.
So-
Go ahead. Go. Yeah. Get up.
So Dorus, as soon as they leave, the guy who is going to tell the story, he just kind of like, anybody have any words for this? No? Okay, good. So this is actually what happened. We were walking through the Misty Steps and there's like these giant boulders and stuff out there, right? So we're walking and we're looking for, some of these missing people or some of these like help. There's a monster posters. I'm standing on the stone trying to get a higher vantage point, and the bitch lifts out of the ground. tosses me 10 feet backwards, and then all of a sudden, this eel face right in mine. And this thing looks like it came from a different planet. It opens one mouth, and inside is a second mouth, and it's chomping in my face. He's got the back of this thing trying to drag it off of me, but I gotta tell you, it's gotta weigh at least like 4 tons. It was ridiculous. So I stab upwards into one of its mouths, but it was the wrong mouth apparently, because it still kept trying to bite me. So the story goes on and on and on as Salor and this other guy are walking out of the area, and he just goes through step by step how they fought this. Very flowery. You could probably assume some of the stuff that he ends up talking about probably didn't happen exactly that way. Maybe not. So either way, at any time you can make your way back. You can join Dorus in the bar, or you can run into Salor as he's leaving Soli's place. Completely up to you.
I would return just him, like, with a confused look on his face, returning back.
I got my next mark.
I'm gonna close the door and come back in an hour.
So you just go in your room and shut the door. Okay, it's just you and the iguana. Got it. Doris, is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I think Doris maybe would have followed, seeing the two of them leave the room, like followed them at least to that hallway,
Okay.
but not like engaged with them, and probably not close enough to even listen to what they were doing. But then once the other person left, he would have went back to the bar and probably chat up the bartender, maybe ask like, who's the mayor of this place, or is there a police force here? Is there any sort of order here?
Really? Okay, so the leader, the mayor, his name is Walcott, to be proper, Walcott. He has created a guard force out of some people to try and keep the street safe, because we'll do people things. But yeah, you can try and talk to him if you need to. I don't know why you would. But he takes a percentage of all the sales. We still pay taxes, apparently, because we're still in Antora, even though they don't seem to give a shit about us. And have done nothing to aid us at all. Because as long as the port stays open, they don't give a fuck about what happens here. So, yeah. Yeah.
Was this Walcott? Is he from here, or is he came here to take advantage of this place?
I think he's actually from here. Strangely enough.
Yes, we did not see any semblance of like a city guard or anything that looked like, law and order, but it's possible we missed it. We saw some, I forget the name, Nerdos wells down at the docks that looked like they were supposed to be doing things but not doing things. You know this?
Oh, yeah. So we do have some people from Antora who are supposed to be, checking all the goods that come in, make sure there's nothing illicit or illegal, or they're not like smuggling people or monster parts across the land. But they don't really care, because this is probably the shittiest post they've ever had. They tried to in the beginning, but they just don't care anymore.
How did Walcott come to be in charge? Was he voted in, or placed himself in, or someone placed him in?
I'm not really sure. He was just kind of here when I got here. He had like rallied some of the people together to try and build a little bit of semblance of a town of some kind. So then, like in the beginning, there was quite a few people from Antora here, making sure the docks were still in were still in good order, making sure that the cargo couldn't be disrupted, so they helped clean the place up. Like got rid of dead bodies and stuff like that, however it is that they do those kinds of things. Probably just a big pit. But they, so they made sure the docks were in order, put some people in place to take taxes and check things, and that was it. And then they left.
It is a very strange way for a town to survive like this. Not better itself by fixing up old buildings. You've done a great job of this place, but many other buildings are shuttered and ruined almost.
Well, there wasn't enough population to really care. Most of the people you see are not here for more than a couple of nights. A lot of trade that happens right on the dock. They unload, gets loaded on somebody else's boat, and just moves on, and then the rest moves through.
Perhaps if we help clean up these steps, sort of, the lands north of here, people may come back and make a living here, yes?
I mean, if you can find people who will want to live here. That's the biggest deal. A lot of work.
City, this is a large city. Obviously, it was a great city at one point in time, yes?
Yeah, sure. For me. I mean, I heard it was like, the jewel of the coast or something. But that was way before my time.
Such a shame to see it in state of disrepair like this.
Yes. It is. However.
Yeah. Can I just I don't want to talk about this all night, but what I'm trying to glean is he obviously lives here. Do the people that live here want to better the town, or are they just afraid of everything? They don't want to live here in general, or what?
So I would say I know we got to go to bed early tonight. Once you and EOA talk, you will realize that quite a few of the people who were left here didn't stay here. Some of them moved to other places. Some of them moved distant family members, or to even start over in different towns. And then of course the people that EOA saw in the glade itself just moved out and have made a life outside of the city, because it's easier to build something new than it is to rebuild something that is old. And without an influx of money and supplies, actual building materials, it's not that it's in disrepair. It's literally as if the homes rotted in place. So everything would have to be torn down and redone.
So it's just too much work to fix it up.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
Yeah. Nobody wants to put in the kind of resource. This guy obviously he was able to make a lot of money doing this because the other places didn't have the resources to rebuild. Now they could go into the glade and start cutting down the glade, but who's going to spend that time and resources? There weren't enough people to do so.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it would be amazing to see it back to where it was or even rebuilt, but it doesn't seem that Entora is interested in putting in that kind of money, because they're still getting their stuff that comes through here. And from what everybody's saying, it's been replaced by Priya. Priya has taken over as the jewel of the coast, as most of the luxury goods and stuff now go there to be sold. Them damn time bubbles.
Yeah, I feel like if Yahweh is at the middle of the bar with me, chatting, we'll catch up about what we kind of both learned. And I'll just kind of casually mention to him, what do you think is a chance we could get into the harbor master's office and get us all the books?
Well, I don't know much about books, but
I mean ledgers and shipping manifests, this sort of books, to see if there's any corruption going on in the docks. I feel like I don't need to ask, but it's probably corrupted.
Well, if it's corrupted, they probably won't let you see it.
No, this is why I was asking quietly.
Well, we do have a not so sneaky cat.
Perhaps that was just mishap. I think probably more sneaky than lets on, you know?
Oh, I was out in the talking with locals, I will say. It seems there's a wall that turns you into meat crayons.
Nice throwback.
Yes, the adventurers up on the stage there were also talking about such things.
Do you know anything about gravity?
I know there are types of magic that are specifically dealing with such things, and that are also potentially time magics at work as well.
Seems we might have to counter that if we wish to go forward. I don't know if you have any knowledge to counteract such things.
I don't know if I know about chronergy, whatever, but Doris mentions the word that the Hovis or Horus or something his name was, I think.
Azu.
Is the gentleman? Yeah, Azu. The gentleman from the Entora told me of certain type of magic called chronergy, dealing with gravity and time and such things.
Well, you would definitely know more about it than me.
I think that's probably likely we will encounter such things just by stories that are being told even.
Do you have any way of dispelling it?
If we come across traps or things like this, I can dispel, yes, but to be able to see it and identify first, that is the hard part.
So you would know chronergy and graviturgy magic as a lore. Like it would have been magic of the first ones type thing. You are not necessarily, you know, people that have been trying to use it, but you don't necessarily know somebody who's been able to successfully use anything but basic spells that could be considered those types of magics. So it's definitely kind of a lost art. But it's strange that it didn't activate to such a degree until the convergence of Phenovis in the portal zone.
Yeah, I just pass on. If I know that stuff, I pass it on to Yahweh as well. I don't know. I don't like Doris is sort of as a side quest, I guess, pitching. Let's break into the harbor dock master place and see if we can find documents, because he has a strong suspicion that the mayor is corrupt and stealing off the top of the shipments or something, maybe.
Probably.
Do you know if there is a mayor?
Yes, the bartender told me a little bit about him. His name is Walcott, and he's been here for longer than, well, I suppose before the happenings, but a long time at least. But it would seem that a mayor living here for so long and not wishing to help fix up the town makes me think something under us is underfoot. Does this make sense?
Don't think things are just a coincidence around here.
Well, mayor of a town would only be content to let his citizens, his subjects, leave if he did not care about the state or quality of the town itself. So This means he has some other motive for staying in office.
Maybe we can find something to get us through that field.
Doris doesn't really know if they're tied together. It's just like the law and order part of his brain is kicking in, and he like wants to see the town like flourish again, and he thinks the mayor is keeping it down.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you're on the right track, and you do have I'm sure Salur would be more than happy to break into a building, to sneaky rogue shit.
We know that airships can get into the Misty Steps, right?
They can get onto the islands.
Or onto the islands.
Yeah, they can get onto the islands, which float above the Misty Steps.
Seems that if we get high enough, we can jump over it.
Is it possible? Yes. If we had access to such magics to get us up there, yes, but I don't think we do at this time. This doesn't exactly scream like flying shipport.
Why didn't we take that flying ship when we had the chance?
They didn't want anybody to know that they were traveling in the ship until they were ready to go to the meeting.
I think it's also being repaired after I crashed the smoke monster into it.
Maybe. Yeah, that's part of it.
Going to this meeting is potentially against the council's wishes anyway, so they wouldn't have given us this. They wouldn't have let us take it if we tried.
Well, I guess we better figure out a plan to do in the morning.
So as Salor sneaks off for his next mark, whatever the fuck that means, which means I now have to come up with an entire house and what kind of items that Scribe would have. Scribe house.
And a harbor master.
And the harbor. Oh yeah, I did write that one down. The Port Authority office.
You
Yeah.
think we can dig a tunnel underneath the wall?
Because you dig a tunnel underneath the wall. So there are some interesting things that you do have at your disposal that might possibly work. But I will say you won't know until you get there. And
We got to do recon.
yeah. And it is strange that the islands float, yet you get crushed lower down. So it's weird. It's a weird thing. Yeah. But either way, you really need to get in there because you have to go to the Seat of Air, which is within that area. And that way,
Do we have time to do all such crap before this meeting happens?
yeah, if you,
Technically, we don't have to go to the meeting if we don't want to.
yeah, you don't have to go to the meeting.
I think we should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if we don't have time, Doris would say let's get going probably, but
No, I think you had up to 5 days. And you're not that far
Was
away
that
from it.
From we left?
Yeah, so you're down to like 4 days. But
yeah. Doris
just-
is like, if we have a bit of time, I would prefer to try and help this town out, but we do need to keep the agenda in mind.
now, if you do go to the meeting, you'll be sitting in front of the representatives from Entora. So
Yeah, I know.
if you want to negotiate, that might be part of the negotiation if you wish it to be.
My long-term thinking is, if we go in front of Ventura, then I have evidence that there's corruption in this town, then I have something to like hand them in like good faith, you know?
Oh, okay. I like that.
So that plays into it a little bit too. But
I like that. Okay. Yeah. Keep that in mind for the negotiations of your contract.
it's also just that he wants to be like the cop in the town and fix everything.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, you can definitely tell it was once a beautiful place. It would have been somewhere that you would have wanted to visit. It's the New York City of the coast. Like, you know, it would have been very packed with people and very busy. But anyway, so this is not what I had planned for tonight, but that's okay. I hope everybody enjoyed the chats.
I loved it.
Yeah. RP heavy sessions are never bad.
Yeah.
Random sessions.
Yeah, I'll save my combats for another time. Maybe for next week. So hopefully y'all don't get turned into meat crayons. Because that would suck.
Mm-hmm.
That would really suck. Yeah, so... Okay.
That doesn't mean we can't turn other people to meat crayons.
This
That's
is true. Very true.
You're not wrong.
You just toss Scribe into the wall.
That's the first thought I had.
I'm more of the mindset of like, let's use them as cannon fodder to go in first.
Yeah.
Wow, guys.
Nice.
Be like, we know
And
this
with
ancient
that-
temple.
With that, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
They weren't the chosen ones. We are.
Exactly.
All right. Have a good night.
Night.